Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview. November 2nd, 2016 on a Wednesday, hump day, middle of our trading week. Traders is currently 7:10 a.m. in Thailand, and that would be 2010 on a Tuesday night on Wall Street. Traders is brought to you through FXCL. FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, beautiful day today. Blue skies, absolutely cool outside. Windows are open, doors are open. Absolutely gorgeous. Is it going to last? No. We're expecting more rain this afternoon. It's rainy season. That's what happens. All right, traders. Interesting price action yesterday. A lot of things went against the trend, but we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the dollar index. What's going on with the dollar? Yeah. A little bit of a waterfall yesterday. We'll get to that in just a moment. I actually got a chart of it. All right, traders, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex or any other financial markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, remember this is a game of capital preservation. Money management is so important as we need to have capital to trade another day. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Traders, my name is William Gilday, and I am your host for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, we are doing this series over 2 years, every trading day. Absolutely wonderful. Got a nice following now, and I'm really grateful for all the traders that watch this and stay with me, send me comments, and all that good stuff. It's really great. Traders, I started trading in 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand to celebrate for 3 months on a holiday. Traders, I'm in my 9th year, and I'm still living here in Asia. Absolutely love living in Asia. The time zone is awesome to trade. Early in the morning for Asia, afternoon for London, nighttime for New York. New York changes its times this weekend coming up, and that's not a good thing for me because that means New York Open starts at 9:30 p.m. and I trade 2 hours in New York because I do not trade Forex. I trade options in the New York session. Traders, this is how basically I trade. One is fundamentals. You got to know about fundamentals. You need to know when they're coming out. You need to know how they're going to affect your trade. You don't have to understand why they are, what's happening, but you need to have an economic calendar with you so you know what's going on. You don't want to be in a trade and have this freight train come down and smack you in the head and blow your trade up, right? So you need to know about fundamentals. However, I'm a technician. I love looking at candlestick charts. Love looking at candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price action, price structure, price failure, and most importantly, price levels. Forex is very unique as it repeats itself at certain levels. It gets to a level, if it reacted 6 months ago, it's probably going to react to that level again. That's an advantage to us when we trade. I always trade in the direction of the trend. I look at a daily chart and a 4-hour chart, and they both need to be going in the same direction to me to get my bias. Okay? Then I do my analysis on a 1-hour and a 2-hour chart, and I trade with a 30-minute chart. I enter and exit my trades on a 30-minute chart. However, I will tell you, my bread and butter comes from the 1-hour chart. I do a lot of analysis on a 1-hour chart and a 2-hour chart, but the 1-hour chart is, well, I'd say it's the workhorse in my trading. I use the 1-hour chart a lot. I enjoy it. It's not a lot of mess. There's no junk, right? Candles happen. And you only have to come to your computer once an hour, right? If you're trading on a 1-hour chart. But like I said, I do enter and exit trades on a 30-minute chart. So what does this all mean? Well, I have my fundamentals, and then I have my technicals. I set up a trade plan. I put alerts on my charts, and during the day, if price gets to that zone, I'll get alerted. I go back to my computer, take a look at my charts, and see what is going on. It's really important, and I've talked about this before, but it's really important that when I give you a price on a chart, that's a zone, folks. You don't have to wait for price to get right to that number. It's just a zone where we want to look at for a possible reaction, whether we're going to take profit or we're going to enter a trade. It's a zone, right? So when you hear me mention a price, realize that's a zone. It doesn't have to go right to that price. So once I get my alert, I decide whether I'm going to enter the trade or not. If I enter the trade, I basically set and forget, really. I come back once an hour, because if the trade's going against me, I want out of the trade, right? I can always re-enter. I do not want a 40, 50, 60 pip stop loss to get hit. I want a 12 or 15 pip stop loss to get hit, right? So I'm going short and I get 3 higher lows on a 30-minute chart. Guess what? I'm out of there, right? We're out of there. We'll re-enter. Trade's going against me. I'm taking a loss. I want small drawdowns, right? Engross your winners. Enjoy your winners. Good money management. Scale out. Put pips in the pit bank, right? All that's so important when we're trading. Anyhow, that's a little bit about me and my trading. Traders, I do start trading about 5:30 in the morning in Thailand, and I finish about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Now, I don't sit in front of my charts that whole time. I get a 3-hour break about 11 to about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Then I trade London. I stop at London lunch at about 6 o'clock p.m. Thailand time, and I go back at it at 8:30 for New York. So I get all 3 trading sessions, and I still get an 8-hour. Well, I wish I got 8 hours. If I get 6.5, I'm thrilled. My mind is always going, and I get up. All right, traders, let's move along. Let's talk about news and commentary. Let's take a look at the economic calendar today. We have some stuff going on. Brazil's on a holiday, and Mexico is on a holiday. For those of you who are trading the Mexican peso, they are off today. So we had some data earlier today in the Asia session. We had unemployment change out of the Kiwi, and it was a positive number, 1.4. They were expecting 0.6. And they also had unemployment rate, which was 4.9 versus 5.1. That was a good number. I wonder why they put that as a medium impact. You would think that would be a high impact number. Anyhow, we do have building approvals coming up, medium impact. Then we get down into the European session. We have some data coming out of the pound and the euro, but the big one is German manufacturing PMI for October. German unemployment change for October in the European session today. And that will be a market mover. The Great British Pound has construction PMI today. And yes, that comes out about 90 minutes after the London Open. We get into the U.S. session. We have ADP, non-farm employment change. And then we have, of course, our weekly crude oil inventories. We're going to talk about oil here in just a second. And that is it, my friends. We have today, it will be 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wall Street, 1400 hours on Wall Street. We will have the Fed interest rate decision. They're not going to do anything, folks. It's going to stay as it is. I wouldn't get too worried about that. I will be sleeping. That's the middle of the night for me. So I will not be around for that. And that's about it, my friends. That wraps up our busy day today. Let me take a look here. I'm seeing some other stuff coming out. ISM non-manufacturing comes out today. So we'll keep an eye on that. And in Asia tomorrow, we have Russia is on holiday and Sweden is on a holiday. Tomorrow, we do have Aussie high-impact news tomorrow in Asia, and that will be retail sales. So please keep a note on that as we get close to that. Hey, let's talk about oil. What do you think about this? Yeah, oil. Not too sweet. It's below 50. It's at 46.38. Folks, I'm expecting this to go higher. This is going to go above 50 again. Remember, who's running oil? And it's not supply and demand. That's all hogwash. We have more oil in the world than we know what to do with. This is about the banks. The biggest banks in the world are running oil. Okay? That's it. They are running oil. And they're going to bring this back above 50 because they don't want people to default on billions and billions and billions of dollars of loans that the oil industry has out on equipment and rigs and whatever they have loans out for. They don't want people to default on it. So that will come back up. Gold went up just a little bit yesterday. It said 1,289. It went up 0.09% yesterday, as crude oil went negative 0.62%. So that's what's going on with that. Let's just take a really quick look at the indices. DAX was in the red, S&P 500 in the red, and the FTSE was in the red. Commentary for today. Well, I think a lot's going to start to slow down. I think today's probably our last day to trade up to about London lunch, and then I think the markets are going to absolutely freeze until after the presidential election in the United States. And that's going to be a good comedy show for those of you who are going to watch that. Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. That's Wednesday morning for me in Thailand, as we are, well, actually, will be 12 hours. So, yeah, they changed times this weekend. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. So it'll be 12 hours apart. And we'll get to see that on Wednesday. You start watching at about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning in Thailand, and that would be 2,100 hours on Wall Street, and we can watch all the elections. If this is a landslide, which is pronounced to be, we'll have a new president by 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So commentary is keep an eye out what's going on. Take your trades. Don't stop trading. It's okay. Take your trades. If you're in a lose it, get out of it, right? Low drawdowns. All right, we have 7 charts today, and I'm already at 11 minutes. Let's go. Yes, the dollar index. Look at this, folks. Look at this dollar index. This is an hourly chart. Just dumping. 97.74, right? That is not good when we were up at 98.70 like 2 days ago. So, yeah, the dollar is taking a dive. And when you take a look at the charts, you will see why and how this is happening. So just want to show you the dollar index chart. And I always watch the dollar index. I want to know where the dollar's at. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the dollar yen, right? Dollar's weak, right? Yen is somewhat strong, but the dollar's weak. So what do we have here? Yeah, it's taking a dive. So I just put an arrow there. We want to re-enter this at 104.36, and we're going to sell it. Me personally, I would not trade this until after the presidential election, because this dollar is going to be all over the place. As polls come out, traders in the United States, of who's in the lead for this presidential election, remember, Hillary Clinton is a Wall Streeter. Wall Street wants Hillary Clinton. If Donald Trump takes a lead in the polls, Wall Street's not going to like that. And the markets will go down, but the dollar will go back up again. All right. Let's take a look at the CAD. Just want to show you this CAD. Take a look at this. Absolutely range bound. This is all about oil, right? Dollar weakness and oil. Oil's weak. Dollar's weak. What happens when you get weak and weak? You get a range. So we're going to do the same trade as yesterday. We want to get in about 132.96, and we'll sell this. I'm okay to sell it if we get a bearish engulfing candle here. We can sell this right away. You could sell it now. Just put a resistance line on that high and sell it, and put your stop right above that, and you're fine. This is a 4-hour chart. It's a 4-hour chart. So just keep an eye on it, but it's in a range. I would probably go down to a 1-hour chart and see what it looks like. Probably a little bit easier to get into the trade. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar hit resistance. Look at this. Went back down. Now, I don't think this is going to go all the way back up to resistance at 0.7680, even though that's what I want. I got a feeling this is going to go sideways, and this is going to head back to the downside. So we will keep an eye on that throughout the day. This is on my watch list. I'm interested in taking some Aussie trade today. I want to sell it. You know, I'd love to see London open or late in Asia, the dollar start to pick up a little bit and gain some strength. And we can do that But I think for the next, until this election's over, we're going to see some really wacky charts. And just be careful. That's it. You know, keep trading, do what you do, and protect yourself. That's the big thing. Hey, let's take a look at this Euro Aussie. Did this work yesterday or what? Check this out. I left the numbers on the chart from yesterday, the trend line. It worked, fell down, came right to where we wanted it to, right at the 200 exponential moving average. Turns around, heads back up again. What does it do? Gives us an opportunity to sell it. Right? We want to sell this. It's bearish. So it's going to go sideways, and hopefully we can get in this trade and sell it. In fact, I might sell this. And by the way, I did trade this yesterday, and I did make profit. So now, I did not get out right at the 200. Actually, I got out at that green candle, which means it's not a doji, it's nothing, it's neutral. That green candle is where I got out. And that was it, and then it took back off again, right? And that was it for me, but I made some pips. I was very happy about that. All right, let's take a look at the beast. Pound yen, nothing, nice sell-off yesterday, right? The pound is weak, and I don't like getting into politics, but this Prime Minister May is just crumbling the pound. She's not, I don't know anything about their politics, but she says stuff that people just do not like, and the markets don't like her in the UK, and they are just taking a beating from her. So I'd like to see this pull back to the 50% fib at 128.06. So really I want it at 127.90, and we can sell this back down to the 200 exponential moving average. Is that going to happen? I don't know, folks. Just don't know. We'll see how the yen does today. And we got data coming out of the pound, so this can just continue to dump like a rock. So we'll keep it's on there. It's on the list. We're watching it, but I don't see a trade plan happening today. All right, last one. Yes, this is the Great British Pound US dollar. This is a 1 hour chart. This tells a story, doesn't it? This had a boost up yesterday. The party didn't last long, and here we are. Now it's sideways, and I'm just waiting for this thing to tumble back down again. We'll wait to close below the 200 exponential moving average at 1.2198. We'll take it down to 1.2130, right? It's a nice 65 pip trade if this works, and we will keep an eye on this. Let's see what happens here. I think we got a good trade here, and we're going to watch this. Looking to get into it, but it's got to close below that 200 exponential moving average. If it doesn't close below it, there's no trade. I don't care what it does. It's got to close below the 200. I'm not selling this here, folks. This will get you in trouble. This will get you a bounce off the 200, and it'll continue up. That's why it needs to close, confirmation, and then you can sell it. Traders, I am way over time today, but we had a lot to talk about. Interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week, and it's going to be a fun week. I love what I do. I love trading, and it's just so much fun. Actually, I had one win and one loss yesterday. I went over did my loss, so that's okay. I was in the green at the end of the day, and that makes a happy day. All right, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL. FXCL, Excellence in Trading. I want to thank you for joining me on a Wednesday, November 2nd, 2016. Traders, have a great trading day. Always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, come visit us at fxclearing.com for trading solutions. Traders, we'll talk to you in about 24 hours now. Take care.